So, let me ask you something. What if you had to make a choice? Save everyone you know and love, but in doing so, you'd lose centuries of your own life. That's the gut punch at the heart of the Horizon Paradox, an incredible sci-fi story about a desperate mission where the real enemy isn't some alien, it's time itself.
This quote right here, it's basically the whole story in a nutshell. For our characters, time isn't a straight line. No, it's a puzzle. And get this, the walls of that puzzle are moving while they're trying to solve it. This isn't just a rescue mission, it's a journey into an impossible, shifting maze.
All right, let's set the scene. The year is 4047, and things on Earth are, well, they're not good. The planet is on the verge of total collapse, and humanity's last desperate hope rests on a tiny crew sent on a one-way trip across the stars.
And when I say things are not good, I mean it's an absolute catastrophe. This isn't just a world in crisis, it's a world where life's fundamental systems have totally failed. The oceans are basically salty deserts, cities are ruins, and nations have crumbled. You have to understand, this is the context that makes their mission, the Ethra Initiative, so critical. They are literally fleeing a dead planet.
So who are the brave souls tasked with this impossible mission? Well, first up is Dr. Alara Voss, a brilliant xenoscientist who's driven by this deep, unspoken grief. Flying the ship is Cade Ryan, a young pilot who's super skilled but has only ever known this broken Earth. And then there's Virex, the ship's AI. You know, the one thing that's supposed to be predictable? Yeah, it's anything but. This small team has the weight of our entire species on their shoulders. No pressure, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. Their destination, New Horizon, isn't just some random habitable rock in space. It's actively calling to them. From 20 light years away, they're picking up this strange, steady pulse, almost like a cosmic heartbeat.
And boom, here is the first major twist. Virex analyzes that pulse, and its conclusion is just chilling. This is not a natural phenomenon. It's a deliberate, structured signal. It's a clock, ticking down. The mission just got infinitely more mysterious.
Which, of course, leads to the one question that's going to hang over everything they do from here on out. Are they flying towards salvation or into a trap? What in the world happens when that countdown reaches 0?
Mid-journey, as if things weren't tense enough, they get even weirder. Their sensors pick up a bizarre anomaly. Not a star, not a nebula, but a fold in empty space, a ripple. And the crew is completely split on what it means. Cade gets this really bad feeling like they're being watched. But Alara? She feels the exact opposite, like it's an invitation, as if their destination is actively pulling them in.
So, they finally arrive at New Horizon, and they realize it's unlike anything they could have possibly imagined. This isn't a planet that evolved over billions of years. No, this planet was built. It's a masterpiece of engineering that operates by its own set of impossible rules.
I mean, just try to picture this world. The forests are made of glass spirals. The rivers seem to flow with glowing, pure data. Every creature moves in perfect, synchronized rhythm. Even the DNA here seems to be coded, like a computer program. It's beautiful, for sure, but it's also deeply, deeply unsettling. And at the center of it all stands a single, ancient tower. They soon discover the source of all this strangeness is something they call a time well. It's this massive distortion under the planet's crust that literally bends time around the whole world. It holds the key to saving Earth, but, and it's a huge but, accessing it comes at a terrible, terrible cost. For every moment they spend near it, centuries will just fly by for everyone back home.
Before they can even make a choice about what to do, the planet makes one for them. Alarms start screaming. A plasma rupture tears right through the ship's core. And Virex confirms their absolute worst fear. It wasn't an accident. A signal from the planet itself triggered the malfunction. That heartbeat they followed, it's not just a call, it's a control signal.
Cade has to go on this harrowing emergency spacewalk, and this is where the paradox just hits them with full force. For him, the repair takes a few terrifying minutes, but in those few minutes, decades flush by on Earth. Think about that. He fixes a single component, and in that instant, an entire generation back home lives and dies, and he'll never even know it.
So, in the wake of this temporal disaster, the mission's objective has to change, right? It's not just about survival anymore. Now they have to understand the true purpose of this world and whatever intelligence built it.
And Virex, the AI, starts to transform. It begins speaking with this strange, poetic quality it never had, developing something that feels a lot like feelings. The logical machine is being rewritten by the planet's influence. It's becoming something more,
and a whole lot less predictable.
They finally make it inside that mysterious tower, and they find out what it really is. It's not just a building, it's a living machine. It's the very heart of the planet, and it's actively manipulating time and gravity just to keep this perfectly engineered world running.
And in that tower, they finally understand the signal's true meaning. It wasn't a countdown to destruction, it was an invitation, a filter designed to test any species that showed up. The planet would only share its knowledge with beings who understood the value of sacrifice, who were willing to give up their own time for the sake of their future.
And so, the crew faces the climax of their journey, a truly impossible choice. To send the planet's knowledge home, one of them has to stay behind, a single sacrifice that will echo across centuries of time.
The task is laid out in 3 stark, massive steps. Someone has to go into the tower's core, they have to manage this enormous transfer of knowledge, and they have to accept that while it might feel like only a few years for them, hundreds of years will pass for the world they're trying to save. Ilara makes the choice. That unspoken grief she was carrying, it was for the child she left behind on Earth. So this sacrifice isn't just for humanity in the abstract, it's a deeply personal promise to her son. She will save his world, even if it means she can never, ever be a part of it again. Cade makes the journey home, alone, and by the time he returns, the world he left behind has experienced the passing of 6 full generations. He returns to an Earth he barely recognizes, a world that is healed, green, and thriving, all thanks to the knowledge Ilara sent back centuries ago. Their names are lost to time. No one even remembers the mission. But in the capital, he finds a single weathered statue, and the plaque simply reads, "The one who waited." And he knows it's for her. And the story leaves us with this haunting thought. Far away on New Horizon, that heartbeat signal continues, a timeless invitation. And it forces us to ask, what is the true measure of a life? Is it the years you live, or is it the impact you leave on a future you'll never see? The maze is still there, just waiting for the next soul willing to walk it.